I don't know how to start this, so I'll just begin with a little background. I, 20F, just moved to the USA from Canada after months of preparation to be with my husband, 23M, and begin our family. I'm currently 24 weeks pregnant with a beautiful baby boy. While we were discussing living arrangements until we finish up saving to purchase our home, my in-laws invited us to live with them. They're very sweet, supportive people towards me and my husband. They live in a large house with my husband's autistic brothers P, 25M, and S, 19M. I get along fairly well with S, but I can only handle P in smaller doses because he tends to be difficult, especially when he doesn't get his way. Long story short, he never helps around the house like everyone else. He spends all day at his computer desk doing whatever, and if we all plan something, he's usually the first to complain. Everyone knows what he's like and doesn't want to deal with it. I try to be understanding because I know how autism works. Some things aren't in his control, but I won't lie and say everyone is okay with the constant nagging. Before moving in, I was notified about something he had previously done. He spent thousands of dollars on girls. He wasn't allowed to have much access to the internet afterwards, so I thought nothing of it. It's not my business, and I assumed it was years ago. Fast forward to yesterday evening. My husband had just fallen asleep, and I was watching a show quietly on my cell phone on Netflix when I saw a strange notification from his email telling him his subscription to his of girls have expired. Then it immediately went away. My heart began to race. We have an open phones policy since dating, not that we ever use it. And I know he would never cheat on me, but recently we hit a rough patch with our intimacy due to the pregnancy, so I let thoughts of me being unattractive consume me and I opened up his phone. I'll keep it brief. Hundreds of links to porn in his browser history when he said he never watches it. I was shocked, heartbroken, and confused. Going into his email, he had a subscription to multiple women with personalized videos addressed to him. And in his Google search, he was looking for women in our area to meet with physically. I cried and went back into our room to put his cell phone back on his charging station. He woke up and asked why I was crying, all concerned. I just said he should ask his of women, and he looked puzzled. He said they weren't his, and we stayed up all night in distress. We already have full access to each other's everything, but he gave me his email, which I didn't have yet because it's an email he only uses for quick Google searches, subscriptions to TV show programs, and shopping usually. He let his parents and siblings borrow it for Netflix, but otherwise it's his. Scrolling down the history, we discovered disturbing titles of porn that, even if some of the actors are 18 plus, could be basically illegal. I flipped out because that wasn't the man I married, but he promised he would prove it wasn't him. We noticed the same Twitter of PH and emails going to his brother P's computer. P had taken my husband's email address and used it to fuel his PA/SA. He was secretly using it for years to look up disturbing things, make subscriptions for porn with disposable gift cards, all under my husband's name. I was absolutely disgusted. My husband was too. We cried and immediately informed his parents about our discovery. Not only could this get my husband in trouble, but I nearly divorced him thinking he cheated on me. They said they'll be taking away his devices and talking to him, but this isn't enough for me. The titles were things like sold daughter and young, and screaming for help, and rape and incest, and even bestiality. My husband and my in-laws informed me he wouldn't ever hurt me, but I'm terrified for my son and me. He's already creepy, but now I can't stand to be around him. I feel threatened. I'm also angry he could do such a thing. Everyone is finding things to blame like autism, and he thinks he will never get a girlfriend, but I've locked myself in our room not wanting to come out. I don't want to see him or hear him. I'm terrified and disgusted being in the same house as him. He knows what he was doing. He knows it's wrong. This punishment wasn't enough in my eyes. Constant panic attacks and anxiety on my end, but my in-laws I'm sure think I'm being overdramatic and should find a way to forgive him because of his autism. Ida. TLDR, my autistic brother-in-law, 25M, stole my husband's email address to subscribe to of PH and watch very disturbing and potentially illegal if the actors weren't 18 plus, porn videos all under my husband's name. I'm uncomfortable around him and worried for my husband, my son, and my safety. If anyone accuses this of being a fake story, it isn't. I have hundreds of screenshots, videos, etc. to prove.